Ronaldo's fiancée Georgina treats herself to a rare Birkin bag. Former Gucci saleswoman. Georgina's heart beats faster. Cristiano Ronaldo's fiancée has treated herself to a rare Birkin bag, cost 150,000 euros. Even Hollywood stars queue up for special Birkin bags and wait patiently for the coveted it piece. It's probably a little quicker if you're the fiancé of football icon Cristiano Ronaldo and can lay down 150,000 euros for such a bag. Georgina Rodríguez proudly presented her latest baby to her followers on Instagram. It is the Himalaya bag from Hermes, in ombre color gradients from snow white to gray-brown. Since 2008, only a few of these new editions have been produced each year, so they are highly coveted. The price? It is traded for up to 150,000 euros. She says, "I'm not one to buy too many things at once," she explains. She prefers to treat herself to one thing at a time so that she can really enjoy it. However, Cristiano Ronaldo and Georgina set to wed at historic cathedral in summer 2026. Cristiano Ronaldo and Georgina Rodríguez are planning to tie the knot in a Christian ceremony at Funchal Cathedral in Madeira, Portugal, in the summer of 2026. The venue, inaugurated in 1514, holds deep personal significance for Ronaldo, who was born in Madeira and has strong ties to the region. Ronaldo proposed to Georgina in August 2025, and since then, reports indicate the couple has finalized the wedding details. The ceremony is expected to be an intimate affair, with only close friends and family invited. The historic cathedral is located near the hospital where Ronaldo was born, adding emotional resonance to the occasion. The wedding marks a major personal milestone for the couple, who began dating in Madrid in 2016 and now raise 5 children together. Their union is set to celebrate not only their relationship, but also Ronaldo's connection to his roots in Madeira. However, the sun had only begun to rise over Riyadh when Georgina Rodríguez opened her eyes, still wrapped in the soft warmth of her silk sheets. Outside her penthouse suite, the golden horizon was stretching awake, painting soft stripes of morning light across the city. Cristiano had left early for training, so the apartment was quiet, unusually quiet. She took a long breath. It was one of those rare mornings when everything felt still, like the universe was holding its breath, waiting for her to make a decision. And today, she had one in mind. For weeks, she had been looking at it. Not in a shop window, because something so rare never sits in a shop window, but in her dreams, in private photos, in exclusive auction lists, and in whispered conversations between luxury collectors. A bag so rare that even billionaires waited years. A bag that collectors called the Holy Grail. A bag that came in that delicate snowfall gradient, white to pearl gray, blending like soft mountain fog. Georgina wasn't a woman who cared for trends. She wasn't someone who bought 20 things in one day. She preferred pieces that told a story. But this bag, this one felt like destiny. After breakfast with the children, she slid into her car, adjusting her sunglasses as the driver pulled away from the estate. She wasn't going to a boutique. No, this bag wouldn't be found behind glass. She was going to meet a private luxury dealer who had flown in from Paris specifically for her. When the car arrived at the hidden showroom near the diplomatic quarter, 2 attendants guided her inside. Soft classical music floated in the air, and the room smelled faintly of vanilla and polished cedarwood. The dealer, a tall, sharply dressed woman named Marianne, greeted her with a smile that carried decades of luxury experience. "Madame Rodríguez," she said, "I have something very precious for you today." Georgina felt her heart flutter, an echo of her days at Gucci, when she was just beginning, when she never imagined that luxury would one day come to her. Marianne gently lifted a velvet cover from a glass podium, and there it was, the Himalaya Birkin. The ombre shade glowed under the soft lights, snow white melting into a warm taupe, like winter turning into early spring. The hardware shimmered with a cool, almost icy elegance. Georgina inhaled sharply. "It's even more beautiful than I imagined." "Only a few are crafted each year," Marianne explained softly. "This one was released in 2024. Perfect condition, an extraordinary piece." She paused. "The price is 150,000 euros. Georgina nodded. She had known the price long before she walked in. She didn't care. It wasn't about money. It was about meaning. She picked up the bag gently, almost reverently. The texture was smooth, yet firm, structured, timeless. She looked at her reflection in the polished mirror. It wasn't the glamazon influencer the world saw. It was the girl who once lived in a small apartment in Yaka, who worked hard to afford her first handbag, who spent nights dreaming that life had more to offer. Cristiano always told her, "Gio, you deserve the world." But sometimes she liked giving the world to herself. "I'll take it," she said. Marianne's smile widened. "I knew you would." After the papers were signed and the bag was carefully placed in its protective case, Georgina stepped back into the sunlight. Her driver held the door, but she paused, letting the warmth hit her face. It felt like a moment of arrival, not in a flashy, showy way, but in a quiet, deeply personal way. When she returned home, the children immediately surrounded her in a storm of hugs and noise. "Mommy, what's in the box? Is it a present for us? Is it snacks?" She laughed, hugging them tight. "No snacks, my loves. Just something special for Mama." Later that afternoon, when Cristiano came home from training, sweaty and smiling, he leaned in to kiss her cheek. "You look happy," he said. "I bought something today," she replied. "A car?" he teased. "A yacht?" She smacked his arm playfully. "Not everything expensive has to be huge, Chris." He raised an eyebrow. "Show me." She opened the case. Cristiano blinked. "Oh, wow. The Himalaya? That Himalaya?" She nodded proudly. He laughed in disbelief. "Even some of my teammates can't get one of these? You've outdone us all." "It's not about outdoing anyone," she said softly. "I just wanted to give myself something meaningful, one thing at a time, something I can enjoy." He kissed her forehead. "And you deserve it. Every bit of it." That evening, Georgina posted the photo on Instagram. Her followers exploded with excitement. Luxury lovers recognized the rarity instantly. Comments poured in. Admiration, fascination, a little envy, but mostly love. As night fell, Georgina placed the bag carefully on a shelf in her dressing room. She looked at it one last time before switching off the lights. It wasn't just an accessory. However, the sun rose slowly over the island of Madeira, casting soft gold across the Atlantic waves. The scent of the ocean mixed with the morning breeze, drifting through the narrow cobblestone streets of Funchal. It was a day the island had been whispering about for months, perhaps even years. A day that blended history, love, and destiny in a way that only fate could orchestrate. It was the summer of 2026, and Cristiano Ronaldo was coming home. Not as the world's most celebrated footballer, not as an international icon, but as a groom preparing to marry the woman who had walked beside him through a decade of triumphs, heartbreaks, and unimaginable joys. The city had awakened early. Even though the ceremony would be private, Madeira felt alive with excitement. Locals gathered in cafes, sipping strong coffee and murmuring happily about the wedding. Many of them remembered Ronaldo as a boy with bright, determined eyes who played football barefoot on Madeira's streets. Today, that boy would step into the Funchal Cathedral, a structure older than every Ronaldo generation alive, to begin a new chapter. In a quiet villa overlooking the sea, Georgina Rodríguez stood at a large balcony dressed in a silk robe. Her dark hair fell in soft waves, and her eyes shimmered with anticipation. The morning light kissed her face gently. She placed a hand over her heart as she stared at the stunning cathedral in the distance, the very place where she and Cristiano would say, "I do." Behind her, their youngest daughter toddled across the room, clutching a tiny flower crown. Their older kids were in the next room, buzzing with excitement. Their family felt complete, almost like pieces of a puzzle finally falling into place. "Are you nervous, Mama?" asked their eldest son, Cristiano Jr., peeking around the door. Georgina smiled warmly. "A little, but mostly, I'm happy, because today feels like destiny." Meanwhile, across town, Cristiano sat in his childhood home, the same home where he once hung posters of football legends on the wall. Today, those walls held photos of his children, his career, and Georgina. He adjusted his tie, took a deep breath, and looked into a small mirror. His mother, Dolores Avero, entered the room, her eyes filled with pride. "You've done many great things, my son," she said softly. But today is the most beautiful. Cristiano exhaled, smiling in a way only a son can in front of his mother. Thank you, May. I think I've waited for this moment more than I realized. She placed her hands on his shoulders. Your father would be very proud. Cristiano nodded. I know he's here today. The cathedral stood tall and majestic, its white stone walls glowing like pearls in the sunlight. Built in 1514, it held centuries of prayers, weddings, and whispered hopes within its walls. Its wooden ceiling, shaped like the hull of a ship, symbolized journeys, and today it would witness one more. Inside, the scent of fresh flowers mingled with the aroma of polished wooden candles. Soft music flowed through the air, violins and piano blending into a serene harmony. Family members began to arrive quietly. Ronaldo's siblings, Georgina's relatives from Spain, a small circle of close friends. Despite the media storm outside, the interior felt intimate, sacred, untouched by the noise of fame. Outside the cathedral, a sleek white car pulled up. Georgina stepped out in a gown that shimmered like morning frost, elegant, simple, yet breathtaking. The bodice was delicate lace, and the skirt flowed like a river of light. She wore no extravagant jewelry, only a small silver cross and a veil that brushed the ground. When she touched the cathedral door, goosebumps danced across her skin. "This place," she whispered, "it feels like it has been waiting for us." Behind her, the children followed. Tiny suits, little dresses, and shy smiles. They carried rings, petals, and an excitement that warmed the whole street. Inside, Cristiano stood at the altar, hands clasped, breathing deeply. When the cathedral doors opened, the soft gasp from the guests filled the room. Light spilled inside, framing Georgina like a vision. Cristiano's breath caught in his throat. For a moment, the world shrank to just the two of them. Georgina walked gracefully down the aisle, each step echoing gently. Their children walked beside her, forming a perfect bridge between their past and future. When she reached the altar, Cristiano whispered only one word: beautiful. She smiled. You too. The priest spoke of love, devotion, and faith. He mentioned the significance of the cathedral, the island, and the journey that had brought the couple here. Cristiano's voice trembled slightly, a rarity for a man used to stadium roars. Georgina, when I met you in Madrid in 2016, I didn't know my life was about to change forever. You became my partner, my strength, my peace. You gave me family, warmth, and a home in every country we lived in. Today, I promise to love you, protect you, and walk with you for the rest of my life. Tears streamed down Georgina's cheeks. She squeezed his hand softly. Cristiano, you showed me love I never imagined. You taught me patience, resilience, and the meaning of true partnership. You made me a mother, a friend, and a better woman. Today, in your homeland, I give you my heart, my loyalty, and my soul. Their children watched with sparkling eyes. The rings were held by their youngest son, who proudly stepped forward. The priest blessed them, speaking softly in Portuguese. With trembling hands, Cristiano slipped the ring onto Georgina's finger. She did the same for him, her hands warm against his. I now pronounce you husband and wife, the priest said. The kiss that followed was slow, tender, and filled with every memory they had ever shared. The entire cathedral erupted in applause, soft, heartfelt, emotional. Outside, the air was filled with flower petals drifting down like colorful snow. The newlyweds walked hand in hand, while bells from the cathedral tower echoed across Madeira. Locals cheered from balconies, windows, and streets. Even if they couldn't see the ceremony, they celebrated the moment. Cristiano waved, smiling with the warmth of a man who had finally come full circle, born just steps from here, returning now to begin a new life chapter. As evening arrived, a small private reception took place on a cliffside terrace overlooking the Atlantic. Lanterns glowed, gentle music drifted in the breeze, and the family shared stories, laughter, and tears. Cristiano danced with his mother first. Georgina danced with Cristiano Jr., and finally, Cristiano and Georgina danced under the fading sunlight, the sea turning pink and gold beneath them. Hello, lovely viewers. Welcome to my channel. I am Amelia. Hope your day is so well. If you like the video, don't forget to subscribe the channel.